morning. Warm welcome to Cohort Connection with Col Kiran from PGPMAX 2020. Welcome, sir.
Thanks a lot, Vinay. Thank you.
Sir, can you brief about yourself?
Like you brought out my rank. I am Col Kiran. I am from the army, and I've joined PGPMAX with effect from April of 2020.
Okay. Some background about your family?
Sure, Vinay. Like you brought out my rank earlier. I am from the armed forces, and I come from an East Coast town, a very laid back kind of a place where none of my family members had any connect with life in uniform or men. Anybody from our place was in uniform. My parents were basically from very middle class kind of a background. I had an elder sister, and now after commissioning and after marriage, my wife has been with me for last 19 and a half years since marriage, and we are blessed with 2 sons.
Great, sir. Sir, how do you got the idea of getting into army? It's very odd, as you said, when most of your kids are going to engineering and medicine. What prompted you to go to army?
A very interesting question, Vinay. I really do not know what was the thing which triggered, but the trigger happened quite early in my life. I was almost in 7th, 8th class when I had decided, and I had decided very firmly. My sights were set very firmly on being in uniform, and I would say that I'm extremely lucky, extremely fortunate to have firstly got into the area where I had my passion. And thereafter, for last 26 years now, since the time I've been in uniform, I've been living each day to the fullest, living the passion which I'd been dreaming about since my early childhood.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the response. So the next question is, what is that one thing that you showed as a part of your career, like leadership trait? As we're all corporate leaders here, I just want to understand from an army point of view the leadership activities that you do and one example of it.
Well, I mean, every facet of being in uniform is all about leadership. There's nothing which is more closely or intimately associated with this entire thing about leadership other than probably life in armed forces. So every day has been about leadership. I started my commissioned career with leading just about 50 guys, and thereafter it culminated when I finished my command of my unit, wherein I had a command of over more than 550 men.
Mm-hmm.
But the more interesting challenges were that I had to manage various groups which were geographically separated, and they were more widely spread out. And yet I had a very common objective for my entire unit, and to get work done out of these people who are spread out all over was the biggest challenge which I have faced, and having accomplished it gives me the maximum satisfaction.
Yeah, I think we can correlate with software IT industry placed in different places, and you can work across the teams. Okay. So now the question comes to PGPMAX. Why PGPMAX and why ISB?
Yeah, I mean, PGPMAX and ISB have been a fallout of a very conscious decision I had taken to equip myself to go through this process of going through a MBA. Now, thereafter, it started when I started doing a cost benefit analysis in terms of the time available for me while being actively in service, as also the cost factor. I narrowed down to one program, that is PGPMAX. ISB has been a fallout of PGPMAX. When it sounds weird that PGPMAX is part of ISB's portfolio, yet I found that PGPMAX was suiting me the most, and therefore I said that ISB in any case is the best MBA college in the country, and so I narrowed down my entire choice towards ISB and PGPMAX.
Good, thanks for the response. Now the next question is, post PGPMAX, how we want to use this skill set, knowledge, and what are the avenues that you're looking for?
The entire thing would be to focus towards leveraging and enhancing my strengths. I know my strengths, having led men almost with a strength of 550 plus, and right now in the position where I am, we are managing a team of more than 12,000 guys. So the challenges in terms of managing such vast pool of human resources as well as delivering them, I think that associates closest towards operational role in corporate world, and to a certain extent towards HR. So I have prioritized my needs as well as my desires towards getting into either operations or towards HR.
Thank you for your response. So you mentioned certain challenges that you face because of the huge crowd, 1200 plus army men you control. Can you cite one or two examples for our audience?
Yeah, I'll just make a brief correction here. It is not 1200, it is 12,000 plus.
Oh, sorry.
So I would say that yes, managing large teams, one needs to be mindful and seized about the various aspirations which each of these guys have. So to bring about a cohesion within a team, you need to be very, very firm in respect of what you have as an organizational aim and an objective, and thereafter leveraging the strengths of each of these individual members and their aspirations towards moving towards the common objective. There is a lot of requirement of communicating what your goals are towards each of these members, who would be individually again fitting into smaller and bigger teams. So you need to keep talking to them continuously and move towards a common organizational aspiration.
Okay, thank you. Do you read books in the first place?
Yeah, I do.
Can you give us 3 books that changed or impacted your life?
Yeah, there have been many books which I've been following. One book which I liked very much was The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin S. Sharma. And,
yeah, great book. I admirer of that.
Yeah, and of course, probably to have a second and a third choice would be difficult. But yes, I have a lot of my heart is there in this book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Thank you. So, how, if at all, someone wants to reach out to you and in any sense, with whether with respect to army or the next opportunity, how can they reach out to you? What is your availability? Where can they reach out? Social media, mobile? Can you help us out with that?
So in today's connected world, reaching out to a person is just about a click away. I've got my mobile number which I would be giving it out to you, and I'm also there on social media, on Twitter and Facebook.
So what is your handle, sir, in Twitter or LinkedIn? Is it Colonel A.V. Kiran, right? We can find it out with.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time. It was
Thanks a
honor
lot, Vinay. Thanks. It was
all
really
the very best.
great sharing this platform with you.
Thank you, sir.